Lions and the Chicago Bears. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Play action. Now Wentz. Now he's forced out right. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Throwing on first is Wentz. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Sammy Coates, the intended target there. And that'll bring up second down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Offense just a yard away from the line they need to gain. Third down. In motion is Coates. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. That's now 4 tackles for loss if you add the 3 he had last week to the 1 here in the first quarter.
And some of it comes from vision. And when you're playing defensive end, especially with those teams that want to take their D-ends and move them out a little bit wider so they can see into the offensive backfield, they can see things develop, able to make plays, then they use their athletic ability to take over and spill them.
Again, it's Cohen. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. In motion is Coates. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
In motion is Coates. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Going deep for Hopkins. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there as they move the chains. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. The Broncos, they've taken an early lead against the Chiefs. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Five yards to gain here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They run. This is Cohen. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. They try again with Cohen. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Throwing, Cousins. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their effort efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. He goes underneath to Freeman. A good pickup there, a 22.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First and 10. Here's Wentz. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They'll start with a give to Cohen, and he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. The screen pass here to Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And just like that, it's 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
No, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day. But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now Wentz. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. They convert on third with a gain of 22. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the offense has it 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Wentz. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Around the NFL, second quarter down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. So the D-line's going to spread out. They go play action here on first down. Going for the deep ball. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Here we go.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. And some space here. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now Cohen. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Off the toss, Cohen. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. This is Cohen. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. The play clock's running down. On third down, Cousins. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
This is brought in at the 21. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Second down following the run. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throw left side complete. It's Powers. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. A handoff as they run the counter play. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Back now at Soldier Field as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Cousins. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Let's go!
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Now this time, Wentz will throw. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Wentz to throw on second down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Wentz. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
And at this stage in the game, every play is magnified here as we get down to the nitty-gritty. On second down, here's Wentz. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Wentz to throw again. Buying time to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And Brinz's kick is good. A 4th quarter score, meanwhile, from Kansas City. The Chiefs have moved out in front of the Broncos in that one. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. Brinza now, after the field goal, readies for the kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish. It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to. Second down following the incompletion. He's back to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Hey, 382, let's check. First, let's check. Here we go. Hey, check.
Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. Elsewhere, a 4th quarter score now from Tampa. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Fletcher Cox. in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
They'll try to close it out now. Breaks a tackle. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The offense on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Freeman. And yet again, nowhere to run. This time maybe we'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
And Brenza's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Elsewhere, a 4th quarter score now from Tampa. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now they'll run it on the toss. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Wentz to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the Falcons, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.
Yeah. Young Gerald. Yeah. 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 Yeah.